Hello fans, welcome to another edition of your sports business show, Sport Exchange. I am Jide Olaniro. On the show today, we relive the Access Lagos City Marathon moments, and on the Dugout segment, it's all about the most talked about January football transfer in Nigeria. That's Ighalo's move to Manchester United. Follow me as I take you through the show after this break.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. Now the sports business news we are tracking. Lagos State Sports Commission is making moves to attract sponsorship for all its programs for the year 2020. The executive chairman of the commission, Mr. Shola Ayekweku, hinted at the enthusiasm of the corporate bodies towards collaborating with the Sports Commission when the roadmap to its programs is completed.
You cannot build anything in sports without the right partners. Corporate Nigeria is very important to what we are doing, and that's why you have many events starting or a good idea starting, but they never continue. The good things are between the DG and myself and the governor, who is giving us a lot of backing. We have begun to knock on corporate doors, and the more doors we've knocked on, they've been opened onto us, and all they want is for us to get our calendar approved, and then they'll back us up.
Kenya's David Basamai Timo and his compatriot Sharon Jumutai are the ultimate prize winners of the Access Lagos City Marathon 2020. The duo broke the race record in the male and female categories, winning $50,000 each for breasting the tape ahead of others. The report.
Thousands of long-distance runners across the world gathered to compete at the 42-kilometer race. At the sound of a gunshot, the race commences at 6:30 a.m. The race kicked off at the National Stadium, Surulere. Athletes then make their way to the finishing point at Eko Atlantic City, with Kenya's David Tumo sprinting past all others to win the race in record-breaking 2 hours, 10 minutes and 23 seconds. 21 minutes after, Nigeria's Emmanuel Gyang crosses the finish line in 2 hours, 25 minutes and 30 seconds, while Sharon Jumutai, another Kenyan, becomes the first woman to reach the finish line in 2 hours, 31 minutes and 40 seconds. At the end of it all, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, then presents the winners with their medals and prize money. Both male and female winners got the grand prize of $50,000, while the second and third place winners $40,000 and $30,000 respectively. But that's not all for the winner in the men's category. He also got an additional record-breaking fee of $20,000.
The former record was 2 hours 15. I'm very impressed. The winning guy ran a 2 hours 10, and we also have a bonus for 2 hours 10, $20,000. So I think the guy will go home with $70,000. It's a very good thing for us. It's one of the fastest time ever in African soil when it comes to marathon.
Tumo expresses his happiness with the win.
What facilitated me to win this race is training. Self-discipline is the better one. So I had to train enough for this race. I had not planned to run a record, but I just feel that I can run smoothly and I can run perfectly this year. So I was not intending to run the course record of this city.
Also, running couple Emmanuel Gyang and his wife Deborah Pam, who were the first Nigerians to complete the race, speak on how their preparations got them to the finish line.
I'm not expecting the time that I just did, but I was expecting to come among the first 3 overall, but it didn't happen. But I really thank God. Like last year on, I came fit 6th position, but the time was very poor. But this year on is better than the last year on, so I'm very happy that I still make my time is better able to go for Olympic.
I trained her harder than last year. If you can see, last year she was among the top 10, and then we focused to see that she trained more harder than last year. So I expected her to win this year again.
Gyang also called for more government support for athletics in Nigeria.
You can see the Kenyans and Ethiopia, their terrain is very good, and they recover more than as we do. You know, a place that is cold, if you run harder, your lungs will be more stronger, and then the body will be flexy. So we need to train among them, no more other techniques that they have, that they make them to run within the world class, so that we can adopt, and then we can represent in Nigeria perfect in every part of the world.
To add color and fun to the event, members of the audience were thrilled to some entertainment by popular hip-hop star Davido. Oyin Adekunle, TV360, Lagos.
Wales and Real Madrid footballer Gareth Bale has launched his own esports team, 11 esports partnering with management group 38 Entertainment. The team, which has 3 players and 2 content creators, lost the final of the FIFA E-Club World Cup 2020 in Milan, Italy, to North American side Complexity Gaming. Complexity Gaming won the $40,000 prize money. And to basketball, 2-time NBA All-Star and 2012 Olympian Luol Deng has been named as Basketball Africa League Global Ambassador. Luol Deng, who is currently the president of South Sudan Basketball Federation, retired from the NBA last year after 15 years in the league. As part of his role as the ambassador for the Basketball Africa League, Luol Deng will help promote and grow BAL's profile throughout Africa and around the world, while inspiring African youth through basketball. And in football, the English Premier League is developing its plans for an over-the-top service and is moving towards a mix of direct-to-consumer and traditional media rights sales. Chief Executive Richard Masters says the league has spent a lot of time and invested a lot of resources in building expertise and capacity on a workable direct-to-consumer model. The OTT model will entail huge challenges, including building a large production capability, delivering content in multiple languages, attaining a £10 per month price point in all markets, and giving up on a model that continues to deliver large, secure revenues. We'll be back after this breather.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. Budding football talents had the opportunity of getting their career on the right track recently at the African USA College Soccer Recruitment Tour, which held at the Legacy Pitch of the National Stadium, Lagos. The report.
They're from the United States of America on a mission to get the best football talents in Nigeria on a scholarship that would afford the lucky picks academic and football opportunities. Around to witness the process is the second vice president of the Nigeria Football Federation, who emphasizes the need to raise educated footballers.
There are a lot of opportunities out there for scholarships, but we need people who are dedicated and who are serious and who are real to coordinate it. We also have a lot of people who are not let's say above board, who try to do this or pretend to do it, and we have to be very careful to distill the real ones from the fake ones. I can certainly tell you that Africa USA College Soccer Recruitment Tour is real, and like I said, the LSFA, Lagos State, and even Nigeria have been beneficiaries real. I can see, I can I assure you of that.
Abdusalam Oganla is the program director of the U.S. College Soccer Recruitment Tour, who gives insight into the life-changing opportunity.
What we should be expecting is great soccer, great atmosphere for the kids to get to know each other, bond, and also have an opportunity to show themselves in front of these American coaches. And these guys are already looking at these guys, shortlisting players, and by the end of it, we should be able to find 2 to 4 guys or 5 guys that will be getting scholarships.
The Lagos leg of the scouting exercise ends on February 14, while the Ogun State leg of the exercise starts on Saturday, 15th of February at the MKO Abiola Stadium.
All right, that's it. Up next is our dugout segment right after this timeout. Don't go away.
Fantastically finished.
Welcome back. Like every transfer which begins with a speculation, Nigeria's Odions Ighalo last-minute loan move from China's Shanghai Shenhua FC to the Theatre of Dreams, home ground of Manchester United, is indeed a dream come true for the African Cup of Nations 2019 top scorer, who has now seen his boyhood fantasy turn reality. Joining me to look at the impact of this on the bottom line for the Red Devil is sports analyst Deyemi Saka. Deyemi, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. All right. Yes, we're talking today about the business side of that move to Manchester United. For Manchester United, they've not had it very good in the transfer window, right from the days of David Moyes to Luis Van Gaal. Mourinho had his fair share of the blame too, maybe because some of the players have had to leave at some point. But this is another risk being made by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Who knows where this will lead to?
Well, let me say, Jill, thank you for bringing me back into talking sport after a long break. But for me, it's a win-win for Manchester United. Trust me. Odion Ighalo is a guy that probably will turn in 7-8 goals in the space of 2-3 months left for the season to run out.
Okay.
And that's a fantastic bargain for the player. The economic side of it is they got him cheaper because there was no sign-on fee. It was just a loan agreement.
Okay.
And away from that, merchandise will come to a club. Let's look at it. Nigeria is a country with over almost 100 million people. That's that's the ripple effect of Nigerians now supporting Manchester United or want to appreciate us here with Manchester United is going to be there. You look at Nigeria as a large population in the United Kingdom too. For Odion Ighalo as a person, he's going to benefit from it because endorsement will come, brands will come towards him. Manchester United is a big club. Odion Ighalo is a big player. He's been to the World Cup. He's been to the Nations Cup. His highest goal scorer the last edition of the Nations Cup. So it's a fair deal, and it's a risk when you look at it from the footballing side. When you look at it from the business perspective, it's a fair deal.
Yeah.
A good gamble, a positive gamble.
What if it doesn't work for the player or for the club? Manchester United witnessing a dwindle in their revenue because of the performance on the pitch.
All you just need to do, like you said, what if it doesn't perform? It's a possibility. We can't rule that out. But I don't see Odion Ighalo not performing. You look at the way he plays like the likes of the Ruud van Nistelrooy in-box striker, and he latches on those loose balls there. What's been missing so far this season in Manchester United? Martial has just been all about flair. Rashford at times exhibit useful exuberance on the pitch. So you look at it, and even if it turns out to be a bad deal when it comes to, if you look at football wise, it can't be as disastrous as Alexis Sanchez. It can't be as disastrous as Baby.
Okay.
So it's still fair enough.
The baby's error reminded me of that was made during
Alex Ferguson.
So everybody's that, but that
David Fallen, even as much as I'm doing Fergie's error too, was a flop at Manchester United. Yes, it went to Atletico Madrid, became a striker to become a hero, but at Theatres of Dream, it was a flop.
As a Manchester United fan, I know you also passionate about your club. You want to see some of this move translate to glory. But who do you lay the blame for most of the transfer policy that has gone? All right.
Oh, well, I'll probably the board, because the coach agenda is always the reflection of the board. And if I'm in charge of a team and the board is not giving me what I need to work with, I shouldn't be desperate to sit there. Probably should take a walk. And that's what I feel. I don't need to I won't want to mess up my credentials, and because the club is not doing this or they're not giving me the funds. And secondly, if you look at the coach as well, you tell me which coach would probably have a Lukaku, throw him away, and you're relying on Martial as an outfield player. Martial is a forward, is not a striker. Yes, we've changed the nomenclature part of the classification in football these days. You have forward, not centre forward. But it doesn't take away that there are strikers, there are natural poachers, and Martial is not one of them. Rashford is just going into one. Look at Martial, look at Rashford, look at James and what have you. They all come from the flanks. Lukaku is the guy that will be there in the box to do the damage for you. Who utilizes the dead ball? Nobody. But for me, you had a team. My expectations for Manchester United the last 2 seasons has been moderate. This season has been moderate because I don't want to have my hope dashed at the end of the season. I'm not expecting anything fantastic. I just watch because I want to watch good football. And if they lose, I'm not surprised. If they win, it's expected. It's Manchester United. You can't tell me as a coach you're setting off Smalling to Roma and you're relying on who? Lindelof? No, you don't do that. For me, my little football experience or knowledge, I probably want to convert to Smalling. Because if you look at the forward attacking player of Smalling, I probably want to push him up front to midfield. Fergie did that with Rio Ferdinand at some point, and it worked. Played the role of Carrick. That's what I would do. You don't sell Lukaku, you don't sell Sanchez, you don't sell Smalling. You're relying on and one thing that's working for, so I'm going to give it for one thing that's working for Chelsea, Lampard, is because Lampard has shown this is my philosophy. I'm sticking to the young guys. I can't tell that about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for Manchester United. He's confused. At this point, he sticks to the old guard. Tomorrow, he sticks to the young lads. Next tomorrow, he has a blend of both. At some point, you can't even say if they are young or old or a synergy of both. So, it's the club, it's the board, it's the coach.
There are a lot of Manchester United fans that are disgruntled right now. Even some of the fans back in home, here in Nigeria. Will the entry of Ighalo do anything magical in terms of renewing their confidence in their club?
Yeah, I probably want to. I will tell you, it's not just about renewing confidence. They get more passionate about it. I'll give you another business sense to it. Imagine Manchester United signing a player from either China or India. That tells you that you have at least 10 million people from India, or probably 100 million people from India because of their population supporting your club. Merchandise, they're going to buy the jerseys, they're going to buy things that has to do with the guy. So naturally, Nigerians will support it. There will be renewed interest because they want to see Odion Ighalo perform. They want to see him succeed, and if he succeeds as a Nigerian, their club succeed. So there's going to be a ripple effect on the support or the passion they're going to exhibit for the club from tomorrow next.
On the part of the player, he's decided to take a pay cut just to gamble or just to play for his boyhood dream.
No, it's a gamble. Like I said, it's a gamble that could end up being. I see this as a sure bet. I see this as a good risk. Probably you could say a risk that had no risk at all in it. Because Odion Ighalo, I know, will pump 6-7 goals at the end of the season. You look at the whole of Manchester United as a side. The only person that can boast of higher goal return is Rashford.
Unfortunately, he's injured.
He's injured. So Odion Ighalo comes in there. Imagine his first game, his first 3 touches, he gives you a goal. It boosts his confidence. His presence in the box he's a predator. Whether you like it or not, Odion Ighalo will score. He's not going to have the goal drought of 360 minutes, 580 minutes of no goal. He will score. And that's all he needs. Just score the goal. Scores a goal for Manchester United. Probably he is the first Nigerian to score a goal. Nigerian as a full Nigerian.
Right.
He scores more goals. It's a fair day for the club. He scores decisive goals that gives the club the 3 points of rescue them from being defeated either by with no disrespect to probably Aston Villa, Sheffield United. It becomes a hero. That's probably going to happen. And Pogba is holding the team to ransom, my own personal opinion, and
that is also a big buy for the club. And
that's a big that is an inconsistent buy, or probably a good buy that's inconsistent with what its performance. And for me, I think with Bruno Fernandes coming on board, but Odion Ighalo will perform, and it's a fair day for the club. I'm so optimistic about this. I see a win-win situation for the club and the player. Taking a pay cut is still going to end up he's going to secure a permanent deal.
So sure.
Yeah, because if Odion Ighalo returns 9-10 goals before May, you can't tell me it will only be an idiot that will say such a player will let go of him. Obviously, you want to keep him. You might not want to rely on him to give you 90 minutes throughout the whole season. We probably want to rely on him for 60, 70, 80 minutes to give you 2-3 goals in 2-3 weeks.
A 30-year-old player.
Last time was still scoring above 30. With Van Nistelrooy scored from 30. Rooney is still scoring. When Cristiano Ronaldo is still scoring goals.
Wow. Anyway,
and I can tell you, Romario, if you bring him back, will still score goals.
Okay. Yeah. Now, this is a critical situation for Manchester United. You know that because this season they just must match. They are no longer in the Champions League. No Champions League. No Europa League. They must get back. So, what should be the way forward to make sure that there is return on investment?
Well, for me, if you ask me, I think some players have to come back. I don't know the status of Smalling's contract. Is the loan is not a permanent deal with Roma? But if it's not a permanent deal with Roma, please bring it back. Just leave and start planning without Pogba, and just try and get more goals. 8-9 goals to Manchester United. Go hard this season, probably get them into the top 4. That's what's lacking. So 8-10 goals from Odion Ighalo or from the team to what they have right now probably will secure them Europa League slots or spots. That's fair deal. The coach wants to retain his job. He's a former United star, respected by United. I call him the pampered one because if it's not, we should have been sacked a long time ago. He makes some blunders. I keep asking one question: how did he become a coach? But it's the pampered one.
All right, Yemi, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
It's nice being here.
All right. Okay, we're going on a short break, and when we come back, it will be time for our offside before we call it a show.
Fantastically finished.
All right, welcome back. And before we go, this is our offside segment today. According to our social team, pop star Jennifer Lopez has gained 4 million followers across all her social platforms since performing during the Super Bowl halftime show. That's the power of sports, you know. Anyway, that's it for this edition. You can like, follow, and watch on our social platforms. They are showing on your screen. Till I come your way on the next episode, it's over and I'm out.